Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen wa kafa wa salatu wa salamu ala ashrafil mursaleen Sayyidina wa Nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'een wa man sanna sunnatahu wa ihtada bihadiyhi ila yawmiddin amma ba'd. So my dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My dear brothers and sisters, today we are going to start a very noble work, and that is trying to understand the Quran from the very first surah, Surah Al Baqarah. Because after Surah Al Fatiha, this is the first surah of Quran, Surah Al Baqarah. And then if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts, inshallah, this humble effort of explaining Quran and understanding Quran, let's see if we can move on to the rest of the surah and inshallah one day, complete the whole surah. The whole Quran. But let's start from today and let's beg to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept this humble effort, because tawfiq is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. To do the tafsir of Quran is a tawfiq from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This ability, this opportunity to do tafsir of His book comes from Him only. So let's turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala right now and beg to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept this humble effort of explaining the Quran and understanding the Quran. Alhamdulillah, the month of Ramadan passed very peacefully, and in Ramadan a humble effort was made to explain some ayahs of Quran, and Alhamdulillah, it went very well, and again may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept it. In Orlando, my dear brothers and sisters, I have been here since 26 years, and I have finished Quran, the tafsir of Quran, which I do on a weekly basis in Orlando. Alhamdulillah, I have finished the Quran twice. This is the third time I am starting, Alhamdulillah, and I hope that inshallah Allah will accept the previous two complete tafasir of Quran, and this is the third one. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept this as well. So let's start with Surah Al Baqarah. Whether the word Surah Al Baqarah, the word Al Baqarah means the cow, and there is a certain ayah of Quran in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have narrated the conversation that happened between Musa alayhi salatu wasalam and his people. When Allah ordered Musa alayhi salatu wasalam to tell his people to slaughter a cow, and then the hard time that they gave to Musa alayhi salatu wasalam is all documented in Quran, in Surah Al Baqarah. So that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have mentioned this incident in Surah Al Baqarah, and in ahadith this word Al Baqarah had mentioned for this surah. So since our Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam had mentioned this name for this surah, so this surah is known as Surah Al Baqarah. Now Surah Al Baqarah is a Madani surah, which means that it was revealed to our Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam after he migrated to Madinah Munawwara. So it is called Madani surah. Now, there were some ayahs in Surah Al Baqarah that were revealed when Rasulullah had come to Makkah to do Hajj, Hajjatul Wada. So those those ayahs are also part of the surah. So although those surahs were not revealed in Medina, they were revealed in Arafat, in Mina, when Rasulullah was doing Hajj, but those ayat find place in Surah Al Baqarah. So, the real definition of Madani Surah is that all those ayahs, all those surahs that were revealed upon our Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam after he migrated to Madinah Munawwara are called Madani Surah. Now, those ayahs could have been revealed to Rasulullah at other places as well, but still they are called Madani Surah because it were revealed after Hijrat. Now, for example, the ayahs regarding the prohibition of riba, prohibition of interest, were revealed to our Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam when he was during Hajjatul Wada. Especially that last ayah, وَاتَّقُوا يَوْمًا تُرْجَعُونَ فِيهِ إِلَى اللَّهِ, in the context of the ayat of riba. So when you read those ayat of riba, right at the end comes this ayah, وَاتَّقُوا يَوْمًا تُرْجَعُونَ. This ayah is the very, very last ayah that was revealed in Quran. After that, no ayah was revealed in Quran. Few days after the revelation of this ayah, our Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam passed away from this world. So that ayah was also revealed to our Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam in Mina and Arafat when Rasulullah went for Hajj al-Wada. Now, my dear brothers and sisters, this surah is a very great surah because this is not only the lengthiest surah of Quran, but it has 286 ayahs. 286 ayahs. And this surah has 6,221 words. 6,221 words. And the surah has 25,500 letters. 25,500 letters. This is how big this surah is. And to study this surah, to try to understand this surah, this is something which is of extreme importance for Muslims. Because Umar radiallahu ta'ala an, he instructed people to study Surah Al Baqarah thoroughly. And it took Umar 12 years to finish studying Surah Al Baqarah. 12 years. So for Umar, it took him 12 years to study Surah Al Baqarah from the beginning till the end. And it is mentioned that his son Abdullah ibn Umar, he took 8 years to study this surah thoroughly, because they were studying it thoroughly, understanding each verse, each ayah of Quran thoroughly. So the father Umar, he took 12 years to study Surah Al Baqarah, and his son Abdullah ibn Umar, he took 8 years to study this Surah Al Baqarah. This is how important this surah is. Now, my dear brothers and sisters, remember in Surah Al-Fatiha, the verse Ihdina Sirat al-Mustaqim. Ihdina Sirat al-Mustaqim is mentioned. Ihdina means, oh Allah, show us. As-Sirat, the path. Al-Mustaqim, the straight one. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned in Surah Al-Fatiha that we should make dua that may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala show us the straight path. So in response to this dua, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had revealed the entire Quran. The entire Quran. And in Quran, the very first surah after Surah Al-Fatiha is Surah Al Baqarah. Now this means that in order to be on the straight path, we must study Surah Al Baqarah. Because Ihdina Sirat al-Mustaqim, and then right after that is Surah Al Baqarah. So this means in order to be on the straight path, we need to understand Surah Al Baqarah. Right? Now, what is the topic, or what are the topics of Surah Al Baqarah? Now, there are 3 topics of Surah Al Baqarah which are called ijmali. Ijmali means there are not many details. Those three topics are Tawheed, Risalat, and Akhirat. Oneness of Allah, prophethood of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and the concept of Akhirat. These three aqaid or beliefs are mentioned repeatedly in Surah Al Baqarah, but not in great detail. The interesting part, brothers and sisters, is that what are the topics that are mentioned in Surah Al Baqarah in great details. This is something that, brothers and sisters, you and I need to learn. And that is that there are 4 topics that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had mentioned in Surah Al Baqarah in great details. Please note this down. 4 topics that are mentioned in Surah Al Baqarah in great detail. The first topic, the very first topic, is ibadat, worship of Allah, how to worship Allah. Salah, Zakat, Hajj, Saum are mentioned in Quran in great detail. Inshallah, we'll cover some of them. We'll cover them, inshallah. So the first topic is ibadat. Second topic is muamalat, our dealings with people. That's the second topic. Third topic is muasharat, our social life. How should be our social life, and what are the guidelines for a successful social life? And the fourth topic of Surah Al Baqarah is akhlaq. How should be our character? How should we be carrying ourselves in private and in public? These 4 topics are mentioned in great detail in Surah Al Baqarah. So now, my dear brothers and sisters, let's start Surah Al Baqarah now. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Alif Lam Mim. And my dear brothers and sisters, if you are making notes, or if you like to make notes, please do so, because some of the topics that I'm going to touch right now will be with some detail. So, and these details might not come that often, because once I will touch on these topics, next time when these topics will come later on, I might not spend that much time, because I'm going to spend that time right now. So either you understand it thoroughly right now, or just write it down, so that you can have a notebook with notes of Quran, inshallah. That's how we used to study back in our Darul Uloom, that, we'll always make notes, so that, when the Ustad will come next time, we are not going to, bother our teacher with the same question that he had already explained before. So it's always good to make notes. And then in your free time, you can refer to your notes and keep learning. Anyhow, so the first ayah is Alif Lam Mim. Alif Lam Mim. Now, my dear brothers and sisters, there are 3 letters here. Alif, second is Lam, and third is Mim. These letters are called in the terms of tafsir as huruf muqatta'at. Huruf muqatta'at. Huruf means letters. Muqatta'at is from qata'a. Qata'a means individual, that they are not linked together. Each letter has to be pronounced individually, meaning they are not connected together. They are individual. So Alif, Lam, Mim. So these are not connected, meaning there is no shadda there is no sukoon there, right? So Alif, Lam, so they have to be pronounced individually. Second thing is that what is the meaning of Alif, Lam, Mim? So the right view held by the vast majority of our pious scholars of the past is that the meaning of huruf muqatta'at is known only to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Meaning you and I were not told about this meaning. Meaning Allah did not explain the meaning of huruf muqatta'at in Quran. Similarly, our Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam did not explain to us the meaning of huruf muqatta'at. So when Allah and His Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam had not explained to us the meaning of huruf muqatta'at, and this was done deliberately by Allah and His Rasul. So this means that you and I cannot speculate the meaning. Because when it was not told by Allah and His Rasul, so how can we speculate anything in Quran? So the meaning of Alif Lam Mim is a secret, and it is known only to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But there are two things here, my dear brothers and sisters, that I would like you to pay attention to, inshallah. First thing is that by reading and reciting Alif Lam Mim, Hadith Sharif says, a Sahih Hadith says, that our Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said that each time a person recites Alif Lam Mim, he or she will get 30 rewards. Because Alif is one word, Lam is second word, Mim is third word, and for reciting every letter of Quran, the reciter is going to get 10 rewards. So by reciting Alif Lam Mim, the reciter is getting 30 rewards. Right? Now the point here is that when I'm reciting Alif Lam Mim, fine, I'm getting 30 rewards. But I'm reciting Alif Lam Mim without meaning. I don't understand it. And nobody knows the meaning of Alif Lam Mim, then why am I getting reward? Do you understand my point? That I'm reciting Alif Lam Mim without understanding. And this ummah of Rasulullah have been reciting Alif Lam Mim since 1400 years. And Rasulullah was saying that each time a person recites, he gets 30 reward. So this means that I'm getting a reward even when I recite Quran without understanding. So the point here is that although it is the purpose of Quran that it should be understood. So when you recite Quran, you should understand what it is being said. But until you reach that point of understanding Quran, do not stop reciting, even when you are reciting without understanding. Because recitation of Quran without understanding will at least give you some reward. So do not quit reciting just because you are not able to understand Quran. Do not quit reciting. Yes, keep on trying to understand Quran. Keep on learning Quran till you reach that level when you are about to, or when you were able to understand Quran. When you understand Quran and recite Quran, there is no limit how much reward you are going to get from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because you are reciting with understanding. So the reward of reciting with understanding is tremendous. So that is one point. Second point, my dear brothers and sisters, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, by putting Alif Lam Mim right in the beginning of Surah Al Baqarah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is challenging the whole world. Those who don't believe in Quran being the book of Allah. Allah is saying that this Quran consists of alphabets of Quran, or of Arabic language. So this Quran consists of words of Arabic language. So I think if you know Arabic language, if you are a master of Arabic language, you should be able to come up with a better book than Quran. Why don't you go and try? You are educated, you have PhDs in Arabic language, you are a good writer, you are a good poet, you have a good style of writing. Plus, you have so much knowledge of the world. You know so many things which People 1400 years ago did not even know. So if you think that this book is not the book of Allah, but a human being like our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam have written, if that's what you think, Allah is challenging you to use the same alphabets, the same letters of Arabic, right, that are used in Quran. Use it and come up with a better book than Quran, or a similar book like Quran. And this is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put that challenge repeatedly in Quran. And when Allah said, قُلْ فَأَتُوا بِعَشْرِ ثُوَرٍ مِثْلِهِ, Allah said, at least come up with at least 10 surahs like Quran. And when Allah said, قُلْ فَأَتُوا بِسُورَةٍ, Allah said, okay, I'm lowering down the challenge. Come up with one surah like Quran. Allah said, no, you cannot. Nobody can. Because this is the book of Allah, not the book of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So for these reasons, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put Alif Lam Mim in the beginning. Okay, now my dear friends, second ayah. ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابِ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ. ذَلِكَ, you know, is like this book. This book is the book. ذَلِكَ means this. Al-Kitab means the book. This is the book. La rayba fi. There is no doubt that this book is the book from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. La rayba fi. There is no doubt that this is the book from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now my dear brothers and sisters, look at the Arabic language. Dhalik means, it's called ism ishara. Ishara means that when you are pointing something toward somebody. Dhalik. So let's say, you know, this book that you have, this is the book. Now, people who know Arabic language, right? There are two things. One is kitab. Just kitab. But if you put alif lam on that, al-kitab, it means this specific kitab that I'm talking about. So from common noun, it becomes plural noun. So Allah thinks, Dhalika al-kitab. Yes, this book, meaning Quran, is the real book. In the whole world, there are billions of books, but among all the books, the real book is Quran. Now, when you think, how many books have we read in our life, and how many have we spent our lives, years understanding those books? You know, but the book that is the real book that needs to be understood is Quran. And my dear brothers, every book that a human being writes, right? There are flaws in it, mistakes in it. Some people will agree with the author, somebody will challenge his theories. But Allah is saying, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابِ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ. This is the real book in which there are no loopholes, there are no mistakes, nobody can doubt. Every fact that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is mentioning in Quran is so factual, is so true. So Allah is saying, لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ. There is no doubt, there is no way anybody can doubt the authenticity of this book, the factual realities of this book. So la means no, raiba means doubt, fihi meaning in this book. So dhalikal kitab, yes, this is the book, the real book. In the whole world, this is the real book. La raiba fi, and there is no doubt that this is the book from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And there is no doubt that everything that this book contains is true. Now Allah is saying, Hudal lil muttaqeen. This book is guidance. This book is guidance for muttaqeen. Why guidance? My dear brothers and sisters, when a person doubts, think about it. When a person doubts about a book, let's say, there could be two reasons why that person has doubts about that book. One could be that you know that the author is not well versed. This author was not qualified to write this book. Now you will doubt about what that author has written because he was not authorized to, or he was not qualified to write it. Now you will have doubt about that book. Second thing is that the way it was written, you are not sure whether it was understood properly. Meaning there's a book there, but the book is so complicated. There are so many confusing things in that Quran that when the reader reads, then he starts doubting it. There's so much confusion out there. Now, in Quran, these two things don't exist. Because this book is written by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the creator, so he has the qualification to write this book. He is the creator, he knows everything. So one thing is clear, that this is the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so there is no doubt about the authenticity of this book. Only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can teach us what is correct and what is right. So I cannot doubt Quran because it is the book from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the second point is that the meaning of this book was explained to us by our Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So when our Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam explained the meaning of this book, so it is very crystal clear. Rasulullah explained us this Quran in such simple terms that you and I can make a little bit of effort and will understand it. You make a little bit of effort and you will understand it. So there will be no ambiguity in that the understanding of Quran. This is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, La rayba fi, then Allah said, Hudan lil muttaqeen. And this book is a source of guidance for muttaqeen. Hudan means hidayah. Muttaqeen means people who are pious. Now, my dear brothers and sisters, let me tell you regarding hidayah very, very briefly. In the Quran, when you look, you will find out that hidayah or guidance have three categories. One is guidance to the people in general. Second is guidance for believers. Third is guidance for those people who are very close to Allah. Muqarrabeen. Right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that this book is hidayah for all of these three categories of people. Meaning there's a person who doesn't believe in Allah, who doesn't believe in Islam. This person wants to study Quran. Right? Just study Quran for the sake of knowledge. Allah is saying, this book will give him the correct knowledge. Although he is not going to believe in it. He had already made up his mind that I'm just studying it for the sake of gaining information from Quran. Allah is saying, fine. You study Quran and you will get what you are looking for. But the problem with this person is that he had already made up his mind that I'm going to use this book Quran only for the sake of gathering information. So Allah is saying this book is a source of guidance for you, meaning whatever you were looking for, you will get that in Quran. Yes, if this person was looking for hidayat, that I would like to be rightly guided, then this book would have guided him. Right? So one is general. General hidayah means that whoever will open the book Quran for some gathering of information, for understanding, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make it easy for him to understand Quran. That is general hidayah. Second is people like you and me. Like we are sitting here trying to understand Quran. So this is for mu'mineen. And there is no end to it. The more we spend time learning Quran, the more we realize how little we know. And brothers and sisters, with hidayah, this is something which is so beautiful. And that is that the more you follow Islam, the more you want to follow more. Because hidayah comes with knowledge. And there is no end to knowledge. You keep on learning from your childhood till the very last day on this in this world. There's no end to knowledge. So when you and I open Quran with the intention of learning Quran, of getting hidayah and guidance from Quran, because we already believe in Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that I will make sure that you are getting constant supply of hidayah in this book. And the third category is of muqarrabeen. People who are very close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah make you and me among them. Like in Surah Al Baqarah, Allah said, أُولَٰئِكَ الْمُقَرَّبُونَ فِي جَنَّاتِ النَّعِيمِ. People who are very close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They are also reading the same book, Quran, what you and I are reading, right? But they are understanding Quran much deeply than what you and I are doing, because they are so close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that Allah opened their heart. Now when they are reading these ayahs of Quran, they are understanding so many things. Same ayahs, but they are getting more guidance than what you and I are getting. So it is all up to us. So that's why Allah is saying, Hudal lil muttaqeen. This book is hidayah, is guidance, right? Lil muttaqeen, for people who have taqwa. So my dear brothers and sisters, if you are a mu'min, if you are a believer, right, then this book is guiding you to the straight path. So when Allah said Hudal lil muttaqeen, it doesn't mean that people who don't have taqwa, who don't believe in Islam, they are not going to get anything from Quran. Quran is not saying that. But what Quran is saying, this book is hidayah for muttaqeen, because they already believe in Quran and they want to live by Quran. So Allah is saying this book will keep on giving them the light and the nur. So Hudal lil muttaqeen. Okay, now my dear brothers, now look at the next ayah. Who are muttaqeen? Who are the people who have taqwa? Who are the pious people? Allah is saying, Allah Himself is explaining to us. So there's no need for us to go here and there to understand who muttaqeen are. Look at this. الَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ وَيُقِيمُونَ الصَّلَاةَ وَمِمَّا رَزَقْنَاهُمْ يُنْفِقُونَ وَالَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِمَا أُنزِلَ إِلَيْكَ وَمَا أُنزِلَ مِنْ قَبْلِكَ وَبِالْآخِرَةِ هُمْ يُوقِنُونَ. Subhanallah. How Allah is explaining it so beautifully. Allah is saying muttaqeen are those people who believe. Alladina yu'minun. Alladina means those who. Yu'minuna means who believe. Bil ghaib. They believe in the unseen. And they establish salah. And they spend what I have given to them in my path. And those people who believe in all the books that I had revealed before you. And they believe in the book that was revealed to you, meaning to Rasulullah. And they believe in the books that were revealed before you. And وَبِالْآخِرَةِ هُمْ يُوقِنُونَ, and regarding Akhirat, they have complete belief. أُولَٰئِكَ عَلَىٰ هُدًى مِّن رَبِّهِمْ وَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ. These are the people who have hidayah from their Rabb, and these are the people who are successful. Now, my dear brothers and sisters, let's go word to word. And here I need your attention, my dear brothers and sisters. Very beautiful things Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have mentioned here. First thing is, الَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ. People who believe in al-ghayb. Now, my dear brothers and sisters, what is Iman? Because here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have used the word first time in Quran about Iman. Yu'minuna means they believe. Iman and yu'minuna. Iman is the noun and yu'minuna is the verb. So these are people who believe. What is belief? What is the definition of believing? Now, my dear brothers and sisters, belief means that you trust. You trust a person so much that whatever that person tells you, you believe in him without any proof. Because you trust that person. So whatever that person tells you, you don't ask for proof. You believe in that person. That's why whatever that person is teaching you, you are believing in it. That is Iman. And this is what our Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam was all about. Remember, my dear brothers and sisters, once you believe that our Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the Prophet of Allah, now you have complete trust in Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that what Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam is saying is always right. So now, because I have trust in Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, whatever he will tell me, I'm not going to ask a proof for it. He will tell me to give zakat 2.5%. I will not ask him why. I will say, if Rasul have said it, I'm going to do it. That is Iman. If you ask for proof, that is not Iman then. Let me repeat one more time. First, believe in Rasulullah. Make sure that Rasul was really a Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Do not believe in Rasulullah because your parents said so, or the Imam of the masjid was saying that you should believe in Rasulullah as a prophet. Believe in Rasulullah by studying him. And when you come to the conclusion that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was the Rasul of Allah, now put your trust in him. That is Iman. Now when he tells you something, because we trust him as Rasul of Allah, we are not going to question him. That is Iman. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, الَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ. People who believe in al-ghayb. Now, brothers and sisters, the first thing that Allah has mentioned regarding belief is al-ghayb. And this is very interesting because al-ghayb, ghayb means the unseen. The unseen. Now, my dear brothers and sisters, what is al-ghayb? Now, my dear brothers, pay attention to this. Very important thing here. What is al-ghayb? The unseen. The definition of unseen is that thing that you cannot understand through your aql, through your brain. By using your brain, you cannot understand it. You cannot reach the understanding of the unseen by your intellect only. Similarly, you cannot understand the unseen world using the five faculties that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had given to you. And what are those five faculties? Look here. Eyes. Through eyes we see. Nose. Through nose we smell. Ears. We listen. Tongue. We taste. Hand. We touch. By using these five faculties, we cannot understand ghaib. So neither through our aql nor through these faculties we can understand al-ghaib. For al-ghaib, you have to believe in a prophet. Meaning you can go to Harvard and Yale and Princeton or any university in the world. A scientist cannot tell you what is al-ghaib based on his findings. Because that person cannot perceive what is the unseen world. Because that person had never seen that unseen world. He had no knowledge about the unseen world. So a certain scientist cannot tell you. He might tell you that there is no unseen world. He can tell you that after death there is no life. Because this person is saying so because he didn't believe in Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So he would study and study and study, meaning he could use his intellect and all the faculty that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had given to us for understanding and for feeling. But that person cannot reach the right conclusion about the unseen world because that person had never seen that unseen world. He had no connection with that unseen world. The need to believe in a prophet, the need to believe in a prophet is more important than eating and drinking. Because the prophet tells us about the unseen world. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala chooses prophets and gives them the knowledge of the unseen world. And the prophets convey that knowledge to us. Again, going back, because we believe in Rasulullah and Isa alayhi salam and Musa alayhi salam and all these prophets as the prophets of God, and we have unflinching belief in them. Now when they tell us about the unseen world, right, we believe in them. Not because we have seen it, not because we can perceive it from our brain or from our understanding. No, but because the prophets have told us. Because the Quran is saying so. Bible is saying this. Torah is saying it. So this means that it is important first to believe in a prophet. Because until we believe in a prophet, our belief in al-ghaib will never come into being. This is why, remember, let me repeat one more time. I told you this in Ramadan. Let me repeat it here again. In order to understand Allah and to believe in Allah, first we have to believe in Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The belief in Allah comes later. The first thing that we need to do is believe in Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam as Allah's prophet. Once you believe in Rasulullah as prophet, then to believe in Allah becomes easy because we know that this prophet is the prophet of Allah. Now he's talking about Allah, he's talking about al-ghaib, the unseen world, we are going to believe in him. So those people who say, oh, for example, you bury a dead person, you close the grave, you come back home, and now you're scratching your head that, I didn't see anything coming in the grave. I didn't see any window of paradise getting opened in the grave. Right? Now you are saying this because you did not see. So because we did not see, we are doubting it. Here comes the need, the essential need to believe in a prophet. Now we believe what happens in life after death because our Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam told us. You cannot understand what happens after death, or you cannot understand al-ghaib. You cannot by using your brain. You need to first believe in our Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So here the first thing that Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala is saying here, الَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ, people who believe in ghaib. Okay. وَيُقِيمُونَ الصَّلَاةِ. And the second quality of a mu'min is that a mu'min always prays salah. Aqama yuqimu means to establish salah. And this is very interesting. In the whole Quran, Allah have not told us even once to pray salah. Allah have not said sallu as-salah or yusalluna as-salah. That's not a single place where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have said that these people yusalluna as-salah, that they pray salah. But Allah is saying yuqimuna as-salah. They establish salah. Establishment of salah means that when you pray salah with such etiquettes of salah, such, manners of salah. You put so much of your heart and soul in salah that when you pray salah, you leave such a good impression on the rest of the people that because of the barakah, blessing of you praying there, other people are also now praying because they saw you praying salah. The second meaning here, brother, is salah is that wherever you go, you establish salah in the sense that you make sure that your family members are regular with salah, and the community in which you are living in, you are making sure that not only you, but the rest of the people are also joining you in salah. So that is where you qimuna salah. So a mu'min just doesn't pray salah without concentration. A mu'min prays salah with concentration, devotion. And then وَمِمَّا رَزَقْنَاهُمْ يُنْفِقُونَ. And look at this beautiful way of saying that you should spend. Allah, whatever we have given to you, وَمِمَّا رَزَقْنَا. وَمِمَّا means and from that. وَمِمَّا from that. رَزَقْنَا, I have given to you. Meaning whatever we have is given to us by Allah. So nothing is ours. My dear brothers and sisters, understand this. Whatever we own, nothing belongs to us. Never think that this belongs to us. Nothing belongs to us. Everything belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this money that you and I have, Allah says, razaqnahum. This is what I have given to you. So just make that point very clear. That وَمِمَّا رَزَقْنَاهُمْ, we have given to you. Allah saying yunfiqun. Mu'mineen spend some part of it in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So my dear brothers and sisters, this means that Islam consists of two kinds of worship. One is physical and second is financial. So salah and fasting are bodily ibadat, physical ibadat, physical forms of worship. No money is needed to pray salah. No money is needed to fast. Right? Then comes zakat and hajj. In zakat, you have to give money, 2.5%. Right? So it is a purely financial form of ibadat. Right? Then comes hajj. Hajj is a combination of physical and financial ibadat. Meaning you have to physically go to do Hajj. And you cannot go for Hajj until you possess money. If you don't have money, Hajj is not obligatory upon you. So Hajj is a combination of physical and financial forms of ibadah. So here when Allah is saying, وَيُقِيمُونَ الصَّلَاةِ, and then Allah is saying, وَمِمَّا رَزَقْنَاهُمْ يُنْفِقُونَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is covering both forms of worship. The physical ones and the financial ones. So Allah is saying, mu'minun are those people who do both the physical forms of worship and the financial forms of worship. Meaning they believe and they practice on those 5 pillars of Islam. Now, my dear brothers and sisters, comes وَالَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِمَا أُنزِلَ إِلَيْكَ وَمَا أُنزِلَ مِنْ قَبْلِكَ. My dear brothers and sisters, let me see how much time I have. 7:51. Okay, I'll finish at 8 o'clock if it's fine with you guys. Also, I said 7:45, but let me stretch it to 8 o'clock. I'll finish these 2 ayahs, inshallah. So, وَالَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِمَا أُنزِلَ إِلَيْكَ. Now, there are 2 kinds of Muslims out there. There were 2 kinds of Muslims when this Quran was revealed to our Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. One were those people who were mushrik before. They didn't believe in any divine book. They never believed in any, because they were mushriks, kafirs. They never believed in any divine book. The first book that they believed in ever, right, is Quran. Right? So to them Allah saying, وَالَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِمَا أُنزِلَ إِلَيْكَ. Unzila means that had been revealed to you. Allah saying, mu'minun are those people who believe in what is revealed to you, meaning Quran. Right? Now comes the second kind of people. The second kind of people are those who did believe in Bible or in Torah, like Christians or Jews. Right? They believe in Bible, Jews believed in Torah. So now Allah is saying, وَمَا أُنزِلَ مِنْ قَبْلِكَ. And now there are those mu'mineen now who used to be Christian or who used to be Jewish. Now they believe in Quran, and previously they had believed in Torah or Injil or both. Allah is saying, now they are Muslims. Now they are mu'min. Now the point here to brother note is, min qablik. Min qablik. Qablik means before you, meaning before Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. There were 2 books, Torah and Injil, before our Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The point here, brothers and sisters, is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have never mentioned in Quran this word min ba'dik. Please pay attention to this. Khatm al-Nubuwwat, that our Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam was the last prophet. Allah is saying min qablik, min qablik. In whole Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said min qablik, before you, before you, before you. And not a single ayah of Quran have Allah mentioned min ba'dik, that people should believe in another book that I'm going to reveal to people after you. Not a single place. Not a single place. This means that our Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam was Khatimun Nabiyyin, the last prophet. The last prophet. That's why Allah is saying, وَمَا أُنزِلَ مِنْ قَبْلِكَ. And the books that were revealed before you. So the Khatm al-Nubuwwat Aqidah, that our Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam was the last prophet, is derived from this ayah, when Allah said min qablik, and the other ayahs that are in Quran. But remember this very beautiful point here that we can learn from this ayah. I'll repeat again. وَالَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِمَا أُنزِلَ إِلَيْكَ. And those people who believe in what is being revealed to you, O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, in Quran. وَمَا أُنزِلَ مِنْ قَبْلِكَ. And whatever have been revealed to you وَمَا أُنزِلَ مِن قَبْلِكَ, and whatever had been revealed before you, meaning Bible and Torah. And then Allah saying, وَبِالْآخِرَةِ هُمْ يُوقِنُونَ. And in Akhirah, these people are going to, or these people believe completely. وَبِالْآخِرَةِ هُمْ يُوقِنُونَ. And in Akhirah, these people have complete yaqeen. My dear brothers and sisters, the word al-ghaib has been mentioned earlier. Right? Why had Allah repeated this word al-akhirah, wabil-akhirah here again? When al-ghaib was mentioned earlier. I'll tell you why, my dear sisters. Because among all the tenets of our faith, the belief in Akhirah is the most powerful belief. Think for a minute. Just think for a minute. If there was no belief in Akhirah, just the belief in this world, what is the use of praying Salah and being good? Because there is no Akhirah. Al-Adullah. It is this belief in Akhirah that changes human beings. You are worshipping Allah day and night because you believe in Akhirah. Because you believe that there's another world after this world. Because you believe that this world is temporary. Because you believe that the moment you will die, the next world is Akhirah. So because this belief is so important, Allah have repeated here, وَبِالْآخِرَةِ هُمْ يُوقِنُونَ. And my dear brothers and sisters, remember that transformation that Rasulullah brought in the society at that time. Amazing achievement that Rasulullah was able to make was because of this firm belief in Akhirah. Rasulullah instilled in the heart of Sahaba the clear picture of Akhirah. So now they believe in Akhirah so firmly that they, for example, quit drinking because they believed that after this world, there's another world. And I have to be standing in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah had made drinking haram. I have to quit. I have to quit. If I'll not quit, then in the other life, I'm going to be punished severely. Because of this aqidah of Akhirah, a human being changes. This is why Allah says, وَبِالْ آخِرَةِ, and upon Akhirah, mu'mineen have what? Hum yuqinun. They have complete iqan. Now my dear brothers and sisters, iqan and iman. Right? Iman and iqan is kind of same thing. But these two words are used very commonly in Quran, and I'd like you to please make a note here. Iman and iqan. Iman, iqan. Iman means to believe. What is the opposite? What is the opposite of belief? Well, the opposite of belief is kufr. So mu'min and kafir. So a person who believes is mu'min. So iman is belief. The opposite of iman is kufr, disbelief, right? Now comes iqan. Iqan means firm belief, deep belief. Now what is the opposite word for iqan? Think about it. The opposite word for iqan is doubt, shak. Shak. So iqan, firm belief, the opposite word for iqan is shak, doubt. Now look at the beauty of Quran. Allah says, وَبِالْ آخِرَةِ هُمْ يُوقِنُونَ, not yu'minun, but yuqinun. They have no doubt about it. 0% doubt about akhirah. So when we have 0% of doubt about akhirah, we are mu'min. So wabil akhirati hum yuqinun, not yu'minun. That is the beauty of Quran. Every word that Allah have used has so much meaning. If Allah would have used the word yu'minun, it would not have given us the same meaning. But when Allah used the word yuqinun, it means that these people have no doubt whatsoever about akhirah. So wabil akhirati hum yuqinun. And then Allah says, ulaika ala hudam min rabbihim wa ulaika humul muflihun. Allah says, if you people are among these people, right? Ulaika, then you people are hudam min rabbihim. You are on the right path. Hudam min rabbihim. Wa ulaika humul muflihun. And then these are the people who are muflihun. Muflihun means successful people. Now ulaika in Arabic means these people or those people. Ala hudam min rabbihim, they are upon guidance from the Rabb, min rabbihim. Meaning Allah have now guided them. Right? And because we are guided, وَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ, only guided people are going to be muflihun. Al-muflihun means the successful people. So in the end of the day, brothers and sisters, we come back to the same conclusion, and that is that the most important thing in our life is hidayah from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And you can get hidayah by understanding Quran. Right? So I'll conclude here, my dear brothers and sisters. I covered 5 ayahs, right? And inshallah, in our next session, I will cover many ayahs, inshallah. But here, I'd like to mention here one thing, that let me know how many times a week you would like me to do this dars of Quran. Either once a week is good enough, or you want it to be twice a week. I cannot go to more than twice a week, that's for sure, because my schedule is really tight. But if you think that once a week is fine, that's fine. If you think that no, you need it more than once, please do let me know, and I will let you know which could be the second day. I see one say, Imam Sahab, please do it at least twice a week, or twice a week. Okay, twice a week. So the second day that will be good with me. Somebody said 3 days. No, sister, or brother, whoever he is, I wish I can do 3 days a week, but I can't. Sorry, it's too much work here. So let's do twice a week. So today's Sunday, right? The other day that I can do is Thursday. Same time, 7 o'clock. So let's keep it Sunday and Thursday at 7 p.m. inshallah. So let's make dua that may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make this a source of hidayah for you and me, inshallah. So I'll see you inshallah on Thursday, inshallah, at 7 o'clock. Okay, subhanallah wa bihamdi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.